Hello, is that Olivia and Gracie? Are you listening carefully? I hope you're nice and snug and you're all nice and warm, because the story I'm going to tell you today is about a place that's very cold, where they have lots of snow and lots of cold and lots of darkness, you know, for quite long times in the year. And it's about the Moomins. Have you heard about the Moomins? Can you see a picture there of them? Now, this one here is Moomin Troll, and he's the son of Moomin Mama and Moomin Papa. Moomin Papa's the one with a hat on, yeah? That's their child, their son Moomin Troll, and he has adventures, and I'm going to read you some of his adventures today. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's from a book called Moominland, Midwinter. Can you see all the snow there? Look. And what happens is, where there's water, it gets really frosty and then it gets frozen. And it's frozen for several months of the year. And earlier this year, Nanny Jen and I went up to Finland with Uncle Jamie and Kate, and we had a lovely time up there, but it was very cold. I'm going to take this hat off because it's actually not very cold here today. And I've got my special glasses on, yeah, so I can see you and you can see me, hopefully. Let's have a go at this story then, shall we? There's not lots of pictures, unfortunately, which is why I've got this printed out, yeah? But this particular one is about Moomin. Now, because it's very cold and it's very snowy, what happens is the Moomins, they hibernate, which means they sleep while it's cold and snowy and dark. And they live in a land, which is Finland, really, and it's very cold and dark there, can you see? And it's the Moomin Valley. So during the winter, in their special house, they all snuggle down and they sleep through the winter. You imagine, you know, come November, you would go to bed and you wouldn't wake up again until April. So you'd go through all the winter. You'd miss Christmas, wouldn't you? Okay. So this is called Snowed Up in the Drawing Room. Okay, so the sky was almost black, but the snow shone a bright blue in the moonlight, and the sea lay asleep under the ice. And deep down among the roots of the earth, all the small beasts were sleeping and dreaming of spring. The bears do that. They actually go into the ground for the winter. Now, where the Moomins live, inside their house was nice and warm and cosy. They had lots of coal burning quietly in the background to keep them warm. And sometimes the moon would look in just to see if they were okay. And in the drawing room, which is like the living room, they had a big stove, and the Moomin family lay sleeping their long winter sleep. That's Moomin Troll, Moomin Mama and Moomin Papa. And they always slept from November to April, like I said, because that was what they had to do. And they had a big meal before they went to bed, ready to sleep. And they ate pine needles. Ooh. And their stomachs were full of pine needles. And the silence was really deep. Everybody was asleep. Every now and again, somebody would sigh and they would curl down deeper under the quilt. And every now and again, the moon would peek in through the window. And sometimes something happened that never happened before, and not since the first Moomin was found hibernating. What happened was, the youngster, Moomin Troll, he awoke and he found he couldn't get back to sleep again. And he looked at the moonlight and he looked at all the ice in the window and he listened to the humming of the stove, and he finally got up and he tiptoed around his mum's bed, Moomin Mama's bed. He pulled her ear very cautiously, but she didn't awake. She just curled into a ball and kept herself nice and warm. If not even Mother wakes up, it's no use trying the others, thought Moomin Troll. Do you remember what Moomin Troll looks like? There's Moomin Troll, the big one, the big white one, yeah? He said even if Mummy doesn't wake up, then it's not worth trying to wake anybody else up. All the clocks had stopped, and there was a dust all round, in the table and inside. And all at once, Moomin Troll felt quite frightened, and he stopped in the warm darkness. and he was really lonely because nobody was awake. "Mother, wake up!" Moomin Troll shouted. "All the world's got lost." He went back and he pulled at her quilt. But Moomin Mama didn't wake up. For a moment, her dreams of summer became uneasy and troubled, but she wasn't able to open her eyes. And Moomin Troll curled up on her bed mat, and the long winter night went on. So, there we go. That's the start of the story, right? There he is in the house. He's all alone. He's woken up when he shouldn't have done. There's still months for them to be asleep. So if you're interested and you want to have another bit of this story, you tell Daddy and I'll get another one made for you, okay? It's been jolly nice to see you. You take care. Bye for now. Bye.